Hi, how are you today? It is another windy day. I don't think it said it's supposed to be windy tomorrow. I don't know. It probably will. Um, I feel like I zoomed in on myself. Maybe I did. Oh well. Guess you guys get to see more of me. I hope you guys are having a good day. Let's see. There's that pesky light again. I thought I would get into something philosophical today. And yes, I have to think about how to say that word before I say it. So I will say it correctly. It's kind of one of those like linoleum. I have to think about how to say that or I'll mess it up. So getting all deep on a Sunday. Here we go. um, I know I brought this topic up once, and so I don't maybe it's a little different than it was before. Stop that light. You gotta go and move around to get that light going back on. Um, I would like to talk about, since this whole COVID thing started, everyone's trying to get back to a sense of normalcy and everything. But I hear the term, the new normal, getting passed around and floating around in the air and everything. And I'm just like, this cannot be normal. If this is what people are accepting is the new normal, I don't know. I just can't accept it. Um, Basically, I mean, there's no normal. Like, what you would say, what is normal? What the heck is that? But to me, normal is based on you. It's what is good and right for you and what you've been doing um that connects with you and your life and your whoever's in your life and makes you happy and fulfilled and gives you a sense of anything, a sense of duty, a sense of happiness, a sense of something. If something is um upsetting you or going wrong, or you hear, and I say this too, well, that's normal, well, it wouldn't be a day if this thing didn't go wrong, but I mean, we don't have to accept the bad things as normal. I feel like that's just something that happens to us. Here's my thinking on this. You guys don't ever have to accept, like, or just feel like I'm telling you what to believe in or something, but um so the way I believe, there's a heaven and there's a hell. Of course, heaven is all the good, hell is all the bad, and so earth, here we're in the middle of heaven and hell. So to me that means earth is good and bad. So I mean, if everything is all good, I mean, of course you want to think that's awesome, and I think that's awesome, but being the middle ground, something is going to come down to kind of balance that out a little bit, and vice versa. If something is always bad, well, I mean, you can't live in bad all the time. Something good is going to happen that balances out all that bad. And so this this is kind of where we are now, I think, and so we're trying to adjust to what's going on. But where I'm kind of fighting, I guess, is of all this. People are calling, oh well, last year. Well, we have to wear masks now. We can't go out now. This is what we have to do, and I understand this is what we have to do. But then they took it out, a step further, calling it the new normal, and I'm going, no, this is just something we have to do. Um, like, yeah, we're gonna modify certain things, and certain things will probably never be the same, but this is not normal. you know? Something terrible that happened to you last week, that's not normal. Like, you don't have to accept that as being what's gonna always be now and stuff like that. And so, um, I really should write stuff down. I don't write anything down. I'm not looking down because I'm looking at my notes or something. I'm just looking down. I don't write anything down before these videos, and so, um, but like where I'm going with this, well, I could be going in a lot of different places, but from Jason and my standpoint, um, of needing care every day. Well, today and yesterday, I guess. Well, yesterday turned out okay because somebody showed up. Sometimes we have people who don't show up. You guys have heard us all the time. And people can say how awful and terrible that is and stuff, but you, we get to where, and I'm sure we've said it to each other before, well, there we go again. Well, we've had a few days where somebody came on time. We would do for someone being late or not showing up, but in reality, I mean, guys, no one has to live in wonder or in fear or in something of of something awful happening. That's not normal. And so it's just a way, like, how can you change that, or how can you get back to what you are used to being normal and what's beneficial to you? Because I don't think anything that isn't beneficial to you it should be called normal. If it's hurtful, if it's just another negative word, if it's not beneficial to you, it's not normal, and you shouldn't have to live with it on a regular basis. So, and then comes the okay, well, if this is not normal, how do I change it? Well, unfortunately, sometimes that is the problem. You don't know how to change it, and therefore you live with it, and you just kind of adapt to it. And I'm not gonna say it becomes the normal because it will never be normal, but it becomes maybe familiar to you, unfortunately, sometimes, or it just becomes a thing that you're just like, you kind of get stuck in this way of thinking, like things will never change because this keeps happening to me, and you just don't know what to do, don't know where you are. I'm sure we think about this often, especially when caregivers don't show up, because you're just like, okay, well, I'm just trying to live my life and get up and go eat breakfast like everyone else. And okay, maybe you don't want to eat breakfast, but that's not, you're just trying to get back to it, do stuff that either you used to do, or people do, or and you can't because something happened, something offset your way, and so and then let me see. I really should write these things down because I get to thinking about everything I'm going to talk about, and then I get to the computer and I go, so, my caregiver didn't show up today, and so, I had to call. First, I text that person, but they did not answer, and so then I called the company, and I got the answering service I got yesterday, who took like 2 minutes, I think, to spell my 4-letter name. So I was like, yeah, we're not gonna get anywhere fast, are we? She took my message. Apparently she did better at relaying it this time, I guess. Well, maybe she did fine yesterday too, but I get up until 11:30, I think, and so my foot's still hurting. It's still cut up and everything. I got this cut on my hand. I'm not gonna show it to you. It's it's yuck. uh, and I don't know what's going on here, but my regular caregiver has called in the past 3 weekends in a row, and then so they've had to scrounge around looking for backups. And so you say, well, okay, is that a normal for you? Well, tell me, I guess it's been happening the past 3 weeks, but yeah, no, you shouldn't have to accept that as okay, Saturday is coming up, my person's not gonna show up, and I'm gonna have to go through this whole ordeal again, looking for somebody just so I can get up and do everything that I always do on a Saturday and Sunday morning, Um, and then on the other side of the spectrum here, you have the in this instance you would have the caregiver. Okay, well, the person said that they had an emergency. Okay, well, but then just being me and Jason, we tend to wonder, did they really have an emergency? I hope they had an emergency, but as far as that they called in and said they couldn't go to work because they had an emergency, because the other what am I trying to say? The other alternative is that they're lying about it. And so, like, you don't want them to have an emergency, but you don't want them to be just lying and not just feeling like that they don't want to go to work today, So let me just call with something really, really huge, and so people will believe me, and I'll get to play hooky for the weekend. No, you don't want that either. And then for that person, I just use it as an example because that's what I guess is going on. But we tend to get in this loop as well, maybe, and I've done it. I'm not saying I have never done it. We kind of say sometimes, we say some things that might sound appropriate, but aren't exactly what we mean to say because we're avoiding something. Sometimes that is the case, and I know even little things, and I know I brought this up in a post one time. You could say, somebody walks by like, hey, do you like this new shirt I'm wearing? And you're like, not really. And you say, yeah, it looks great on you, whatever. And you're just thinking like, no. Well, to me, even something as simple as that, I even try not to do stuff like that. And I do it too, but I try not to because even somebody could change their way of speaking or thinking based on just stuff that things they say like that. Okay, well, they're so used to just telling people, oh yeah, that looks great on you, oh yeah, this, oh that, oh, and then all of a sudden they get off into something else, and I guess their normalcy then is to just start saying whatever sounds nice to people. But then kind of going back on my normal not being negative or something, I try to put my morals and values and just principles and things into what I believe is normal, and so that even affects stuff like that. And I'm like, well, okay, so it's a little bitty lie. You told somebody they look nice when you don't think that color is cute on them or whatever. But even something like that to me is like, well, you could have just been like, well, maybe I don't think that's your color, or yeah, it looks okay. You can say, yeah, it looks okay. You don't have to go, oh, that looks so cute, and you're just thinking, no. I might do that. I'll more so do that. Yeah, it looks okay. I mean, if it like it didn't look ugly on somebody, but anyway, um, I I think sometimes people get in the habit of just doing stuff like that because it's small and it's simple, but even that, and I said values and morals and principles like it's like a major, like someone robbed a bank or something and they know that's wrong, but it can even, I mean, it can the way people um think about it, and the way they just think about how they're gonna react to somebody or say something to somebody. It shapes what they feel is normal, I think. And let me see, because I know I am having a hard time expressing what I'm trying to say here, but what I'm meaning is if people hold on to the things they really believe in, then certain things that are negative will not be a normal part of life. Did that make sense? Because I do often have a hard time trying to say, express what I'm trying to actually say. People all the time change what's normal, and I understand nothing will stay the same, and that's okay. I'm not saying everything has to be the way it was, a million years ago or something, but I like how people just accept things and don't challenge them. I just thought of something right now when I was saying that. I forgot it. Oh man, I hate when I do that. Yeah, the saying, just because everybody does it doesn't mean it's right, kind of deal, and that's what I try to believe in. If everyone else is saying whatever, 2 times 2 is 10, and you're the only one saying 2 times 2 is 4, um, yeah, of course you're gonna look like you're the one that's wrong because you're the only one saying the the different answer. But if that's the correct answer, then I mean, you know. But a lot of people these days would mm, rather conform because they don't want to be the one that stands out. But my thinking is, and I know it's the harder thing to do, and you often feel like you're alone in it, but is to be the one who stands out. Because if it is the right thing to do, or the right thing to say, or the right way to be, um, I mean, and I get this all the time. I hate being alone, like in my thinking, but I really don't want to just change my mind and say, okay, well, yeah, you guys are okay, whatever, 2 times 2 is 10, and just be an A, no, I'm wrong, and B, no, I've given up my, you can't really say principle on a math equation, but you get the idea, right? You can't just give up your way of life or something, your values, because everyone else says 2 times 2 is 10, and you just don't want to be left out. So this whole new normal thing. Yeah, I don't know. We had a really good time yesterday, and I know it was different still because we are wearing masks and we are doing precautionary things, and of course that's fine. That's what you need to do to get by, I guess, and not get sick and everything, and that's okay. But I just kind of started thinking about that, and I'm like, well, and how the whole new normal thing and all this stuff, and I'm thinking, well, this is just something we have to do until we get back to what we actually remember is normal and fun and cool, and and it's okay to, of course, I hope everyone is wearing masks and taking care of themselves and doing all these things they were still doing last year, washing their hands. Well, you should be washing your hands every day anyway, but I mean, I hope you are still doing these things and keeping this stuff in mind, but I hope it doesn't, like, certain things like this that doesn't just consume you and change you and um make you feel like you have to just change and go with the flow if it was something you like truly thought was not a good idea or something. So yeah, some days I have such really um imaginative, really thought-provoking days, huh? And I'm just sitting here earlier playing my Nintendo and stuff, and I'm like, let me talk about something serious today because sometimes I don't, and I feel like being on YouTube where you know everyone in the world can see me. Um, I need to be setting a good example, and of course, everyone has their own idea of what a good example is, but I feel like in your heart and in your brain, I mean, you know what's right and wrong, and so me getting up here on social media and things like this, and I'm just going, yeah, my favorite color is green, and this and this and that, and I'm just saying stuff. I mean, yeah, anybody will listen to stuff, but I kind of feel like if I have something to say that could help somebody, I really need to get on there and say it, whether it's popular or not. If I truly believe, like I said, in my heart and my head, that it's right or it's good, then I need to say it. And so I hope I've given you guys something to think about today. And Jason is laughing at me, so I don't know what that means. Uh-huh. I may have to beat him up. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, maybe, huh? So, but yeah, just stay true to yourselves. I mean, yeah, change is okay. It's not, but just don't change to where you feel like you're honestly doing something wrong or something doesn't feel right or just and you don't have to accept something that you don't feel is good as being your new way of life. That's what I hope um came through in this and if you have any questions for me, if I could explain something better, or maybe I could reword it differently, or if you guys just want to talk about something, let me know please in the comments. And I'm going to see what Jason was laughing at me about. Then we're going to get a snack or something. I might play my Nintendo again. I don't know. It's Sunday afternoon. If you guys are going to church or went to church or going, I hope you have a good time. Or you not, it's okay too. I just hope you have a good day. And yeah, just let me know if I wasn't clear, if I didn't make any sense to you whatsoever, or feel like that or but yeah, I'm glad we got to do what we did yesterday. It was a lot of fun, and so um yeah, and so I just felt like I had to put all that out there today on a nice windy Sunday day. Okay, you guys. So I have to think of something cool tomorrow. Let me know. Remember if you guys want me to talk about something. And so I feel like I have to break. I better get off this TV screen. Okay, love you guys. Bye.